Here we are in a crowded park, and nobody knows this, but I'm carrying a Glock 19 with a spare 17 rounds of ammunition.
So you want a concealed carry. You want to walk around with your gun, but you don't want to look like this, because no one likes the guys who look like they're strapped up. If you want that, then you came to the right place, because that's exactly what we are here to talk about today. This is going to be the first video of a series of videos where we talk about concealed carry and kind of how to discreetly carry your gun. So I am right now discreetly carrying, and Thomas is also discreetly carrying, and we're going to talk about it. Let's get into it. Let's get some stuff out of the way, guys. Today we are shills. Thank you, LAS Concealment, for allowing us to be shills.
We love it.
Loaded and safe concealment. LAS Concealment is the sponsor today. They can get all the holsters that we're talking about today. You can get them from their website, and they're good holsters. So inside the waistband, they've got outside the waistband, they've got hundreds of colors and patterns, materials, custom prints, thousands of pistol light mag combinations. They're all made in the USA, and they want you to know they've been making high quality holsters for casual daily carry or hardcore shooters for years, okay? They are precision formed Kydex holsters. We recommend hard Kydex holsters just in general. They're gonna be more secure, they're gonna be more stable, and yeah, so perfect sponsor for a concealed carry video.
Oh, absolutely. I actually went ahead and ordered a LAS Concealment holster for my new 365 macro, and I think it's going to be excellent.
Yeah, so we are excited for that. We will have a link in the description below for LAS Concealment, so you can get some of the holsters that we're going to talk about today.
All right, guys, so we have a plethora of concealed carry options for you here. Generally, with the concealed carry gun, you've got the 3 C's, which are going to be comfort, concealability, and ammo capacity. And you can generally have 2 of them. So, like, for example, we've got a couple of these really small guys. They're nice and concealable. They're going to be comfortable to carry, but they're lacking in capacity. You've got the Life Card here, which is basically just a one-shot, break-action, 22 LR gun. It's not the best option for actually defending yourself. You've got the North American Arms Pug in 22 Magnum 5-shot revolver, but again, comfortable to carry, concealable, but that capacity, 5 shots, not great. It's also double action only, so you're not going to be shooting that thing very fast. Moving up in size, we've got stuff like the Sig P320s, the Glock 42 or 43, they're basically the same size. Still going to be comfortable, still going to be concealable, and you're getting up there in capacity with like 9 to 12 rounds in some of these, depending on your magazine size. But then you compare that to something like someone who's going to carry a Glock 19, or we've got the Sig P320 here, the full size. You're getting 15, 17, 19 rounds out of these guys. So you're starting to get into that fighting handgun size. You're going to be lacking in that concealability and how comfortable it is to carry, but you're going to have the ammo capacity to do some work if you ever actually need to. All right, moving into some holster options. Thomas and I are both rocking sidecars for our Glock and Sigs that we generally carry. LAS is going to carry something very similar for you. Shout out to them for sponsoring today's video again. If you don't want that bulk of the extra magazine, you can go with something a little bit more traditional, just your single clip, single holster kind of deal. And those, you can really, the benefit of these is you can rock them anywhere you want, all the way from your left side, all the way around to your back if you wanted to carry on your side or in the back, something like that. And then Joe is a fan of a more minimalist holster, so he's got basically just a trigger guard that's got some solid retention that he uses with his Glock 42, and that just locks in like that he's generally running in the appendix as well. And he really likes the We the People deep concealment clip because it's got that angle, it pushes the gun back into him a little bit. If you're someone who just needs a more basic clip, everybody's making one of these guys. It just clips onto your belt. It's got that little hook so you don't rip the whole thing out on your draw. Or if you don't generally wear a belt, I don't know where it went, here it is. The Ulti clips are great because they just snap right onto your waistband rather than needing a belt. And you could do pull-ups off of these things. The retention's so strong. But that way you can run a holster without a belt if you don't generally wear one. Now that we've gone over a bunch of options here, we're going to each get into what we carry, where we carry on our bodies, and why. And hopefully that helps you guys get some ideas for what you might want to do.
So, what do I carry, where do I carry it, and why? For the most part, I carry Glock 43. When it's hotter, it's a lot slimmer. I carry it with the Shield X9 mag kit. Increases that capacity from 6 to 9 plus 1. But when it comes to winter months, I tend to carry my Sig M18. because I can wear it, I can carry it when I have heavier clothes on. So I can have 17 rounds here, and if I choose so, 21 rounds on standby. Now, I'm going to replace my Glock 43 with a Sig P320s X Macro because I can carry 17 rounds, and I'm just waiting on a holster from LAS Concealment that they made me pay for with my own money, and yeah, so it's gonna be great. Yeah, that's all about it. That's about it. Thank you.
All right, so for my carry setup, I have the Glock 19 with the Streamlight TLR7A, a 1 MOA Trijicon RMR because my eyes are bad and it looks like a 6 MOA dot to me anyway. And then I've got that in a T-Rex arm sidecar with the spare magazine attachment. Got a spare 17 round Glock mag in that. And that lives at my appendix at all times whenever I go anywhere.
So I'm pretty equipped to actually talk about this. I've carried everything from a Glock 19, Glock 26, and then I switched to a Glock 43, Glock 43X, CR920. You guys know that one. I actually sold that to pay for videos for this channel. And now I'm carrying a Glock 42. And the reason for that is obviously the way that I dress is distinct. Distinct is the word that I'm going to use, and it makes concealment a little bit of a challenge, especially in the summer when I'm wearing a thin t-shirt instead of something a little bit thicker. So obviously I'm still on my summer carry. My summer carry is a Glock 42, and this Glock 42 kind of just sits in my appendix. I have the trigger guard holster, as HR mentioned, and this is kind of what I've settled on. I really like the trigger guard holsters. I think they do a good job. More importantly, this holster works for the 42, and then it also works for a 43X. I haven't broken down and bought a 43X because I am poor and they cost money, and we spend money on these videos. So I still have just a 42, but when I have a 43X, this will still work for it, and I can still conceal that really well. I do carry appendix and obviously chambered, and we're gonna talk about chambered versus non-chambered. We'll show some B-roll drill real fast of chambered versus non-chambered. Maybe we won't touch on it because it's pretty obvious that it's slower. I then have the We the People clip, and it sticks out just a little bit, so I can tuck my shirt in really easily. I used to run the Ulti clip, but it cuts your shirt up, and the We the People hasn't cut my shirt up, and so I keep carrying that. And it, again, conceals really well on my person. I do carry appendix because for just ease of access for me, like if I need to get my gun out, I can get my gun out really fast. Pulling your Glock out needs to be something that's really quick for you, and you should be able to just whip your Glock out anytime that you need to. So to me, that was the most important thing. If I couldn't whip my Glock out fast or, you know, fast enough, I didn't want to carry the gun.
Oh no, he's pulling his Glock out!
As Joe will be overlaying while we are talking here, you can see that where you carry your gun is going to make a difference in the amount of time that it takes you to access it and get it into what could be called a fighting position. Mm-hmm. Carrying appendix is, in my opinion, the best way. I'm ready to switch back to my holster already because I really don't like this one. But if you ever get into what starts as a fist fight, this is a lot easier to defend than something that is behind you. If I were to shove Thomas onto the ground and he's now in a sitting position, he's laying on his gun, and I can just kind of do what I will with him while he's scrambling to try and access his firearm.
At least some of the benefits for like a side draw is that you can still have your access to it.
Yeah, I mean, on the hip to 4 o'clock is better than 6 o'clock, but still not as quick as getting to something in the front of you here. Plus, I can sit down with this, I can drive with this, this doesn't come off when I'm in the car or anything. And now if someone comes up to my car window while I'm at the McDonald's drive-thru trying to get my chicken nuggies and they're asking for my pocket change, I can just give them one of these really quick and they'll leave me alone, which that's not legal advice, don't do that, that's assault. But yeah, just appendix, in my opinion, is the way to go. If you are, to put it politely, a high-calorie human, possibly shaped like Humpty Dumpty, something like that, the JX Tactical Fat Man holster probably is your best option. It helps you carry in the more like 4 to 6, 3 to 6 o'clock position, somewhere in there, because you might have the fupa going on there, a little bit of a front butt that prevents you from concealing this. Well, actually, it'll help you conceal it because it just folds right over the top. But yeah, it prevents you from getting to your belt line in a quick manner. So that's something to consider there. Your body type and shape is going to play a role in where you carry, what gun you carry, what holster you use, all that. So yeah, Thomas, do you have anything to add to that? Or I think I kind of hit most of it.
Yeah, no, I think you did. For the most part, I think your best bet is just to carry appendix.
Yeah.
Chambered.
Keep it around in the chamber. Otherwise, you are a biatch.
Be a man and point it at your balls.
Yes.
Don't be afraid of a firearm pointing at your balls. It's not going to go off if you don't put your finger on the, or if you put your finger on the trigger.
Yeah, a good holster, especially with all the modern striker fired guns, is going to be your most of the time is going to be your safety. That's something worth mentioning. Leather holsters, unless it's like a tough, rigid leather that can warp, it'll bend, it'll break down over time, and that can become a safety hazard. Because if that leather folds inside your trigger guard, it'll pull your trigger and you'll blow your boys off down there. You wanna prevent that. So a Kydex holster, keep around chambered, carry appendix. Unless you're a big boy, then figure something else out. But I think that's a consensus right there.
Yep, appendix is safe if you just follow the firearm safety rules. Keep your booger hook off the bang switch.
Yes, that's a good one.
Anyway, no one knows this, but I'm actually carrying an AK-47 right now, concealed on my person. And in addition to that, I have 48 rounds of ammunition. That's one more than an AK-47 is capable of firing. And none of these people even know. So let's talk about how to conceal better. Some of the things that we've found, some of the merchandise that we've been able to purchase that helps us conceal a little bit better. My biggest thing about concealing a weapon is, especially from people who are new to the firearms community, and maybe that's you if you're watching this, is I don't want to look like the gun guys, you know? I don't want to look like the dudes that are wearing flannels and carrying guns all the time. So to me, that was important. That was kind of shaped, obviously, how you dress is going to shape what you carry. It really will. You can't necessarily conceal a full-size gun if I'm wearing a tight shirt all the time. But to me, that was important, being able to dress like myself and still carry a gun to protect myself. And luckily, that has been a big call to the market. And so a lot of companies have answered that call. One of the nice things about winter, obviously, in Pacific Northwest, that's 9.5 months out of the year. So winter, we can wear jackets, and that lets me kind of carry like tourniquets and other accessories inside of my jacket pocket that still conceal really well. Obviously, my thicker shirt makes me be able to conceal a larger weapon, but if we get there and say it's like a nice summer day and you just need like a light jacket, here in the Pacific Northwest on a summer day, sometimes you still want a light jacket. Yeah. Something like Valhalla Tactical, they did send us this. Full disclosure, these companies sent us stuff, but we asked them to. So yeah, Valhalla Tactical, for instance, they've got that jacket, which we were able to conceal even a plate carrier underneath of. Yeah, it's pretty big. Or sorry, a ready rig underneath of.
It's a little roomy.
It's roomy, and it's got convenient little buttons that clip, so it clips up, and then if you need to access your firearm, you can clip the jacket off. It's waterproof. It's very cozy. It's not too hot, not too cold.
It's a concealed carry windbreaker.
It's very North Face-esque, which is a pretty big deal here in Washington. People love North Face jackets.
It doesn't look tactical. It's not like a flannel daddy jacket.
And I think another big thing to go over with the Valhalla shirt is that you can actually draw from here and then just kind of bring it forward.
Yep.
You can have your gun pre-drawn before you even have to display it.
Yep. Yeah, so this is a jacket that, you know, you might want to consider if you're looking to conceal something and you're on the smaller side. Obviously, we're all pretty small framed. And for us, concealability is a big thing, being able to not print. It's also worth noting that, like, you're going to feel like you're printing all the time and no one else will see that. Yeah.
You're going to feel like it's more obvious than it is.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
I think that is the most, like, understated thing. You will feel like it's more obvious than it is. No one... Actually, I don't want to say almost. It's literally no one. No one has noticed that I'm carrying a gun unless I mention it or it comes up in conversation, which I never do. But, you know, after like months of knowing someone, then maybe they'll find out that I carry a gun and they'll go, I had no idea.
People are a lot more oblivious than you believe.
No one is staring
at your waistline.
No one's staring at your...
nobody's staring there.
The boys.
At the boys. No one's staring there. So this is obviously a big thing. And then one of the other factors that we think is worth mentioning is a belt. Core belts. Do we have those? Core belts. So core belts are high rigidity belts. They're very rigid. We love things that are rigid here at
stiff even.
We love a good stiffy belt.
Stiffy belt. So this will help hold the holster tight to your body. And honestly, that was a big factor for me in being able to carry a gun a lot better. And then there's also, these guys are not stretchy. They're very firm nylon. Hunter Constantine carry belts. We actually have a discount code for him. It's Desktop. He hasn't sent us belts yet, so Hunter, if you're watching this, please send us our belts.
Please.
I would.
Please.
This is what you're looking
Please.
for right here. The belt is not, I have a mic on, by the way, Joe. The belt doesn't fold under the weight of your gun. It's supporting that weight, which is going to make it more comfortable to carry.
So, yeah, doesn't fold under the weight, makes it more comfortable to carry, holds it a little tighter to your body, obviously. That was the single, I think that's the biggest thing. If you're going to get one thing in addition to your gun, I would say get a good belt. And the Constantine carry belts are stretchier than these. These are not stretchy at all, but they still have rigidity. They're more like the belt for the next product that we're talking about, which is gym wear or active wear. If you're a cool guy and you love to go to the gym and be fit and carry Arrowhead tactical apparel, these are things that you can just wear and you'll blend in with the crowd. They're very obviously not tactical. They have like a single logo on them. They don't look super tactical at all, but they have actually inside of the waistline a belt that will allow you to carry a firearm and carry it securely. So in addition to that, he also makes the Arrowhead tactical apparel hoodie. And the hoodie, again, blends in really well. It doesn't stick out like a store thumb. It doesn't look like tactical clothing.
Yeah.
And inside the pocket, there is a zipper. And you can access that zipper to pull your gun out either through the pocket. If you have like a subcompact or a micro, it's going to be even easier to pull out through the pocket. HR here managed to pull his Glock 19 through the pocket. So he's able to pull his Glock out anytime, anywhere, any place. And yeah, you can also obviously unzip it and have your gun at the ready. So that's one of the other advantages. If you're in a situation where it's kind of sketchy, you can have hands on your gun without brandishing people. And again, you don't look like Gray Man over here. You're not looking like, you know, you don't have to change your whole outfit and become a menacing, you know, like into the woods woodsman, you know. Yeah. No Carhartt jeans needed, no Carhartt jacket needed. No boots needed. You can dress normal and still carry your gun. So these are some of the products that we'd recommend looking into, I think.
Yeah, I actually got a pair of the Arrowhead Tactical 5-inch inseam shorts. I wore those throughout the summer, and they were absolutely incredible. They worked so well.
Yeah, I think they're all comfortable options out there. And then again, just the most important thing for any of this and for all of this, and we want to close. We're going to close, so we'll close with practicing your draw is going to be the most important thing. So first of all, get a gun, the gun that you're willing to carry. Even if you're only going to carry the one-shot life card, go ahead. Like if it's all you're willing to carry, any gun, any firearm to equalize yourself against a greater opponent or a life-threatening situation is better than nothing. Get something and train with it. Training is the most important thing here. You can practice, and this is where dry fire training actually does come in handy. You can always practice your draw. You can always practice your first round on target. You can practice draw and first shot at home with no ammunition in the firearm. You can practice your draw as many times as you want to. You can do it a few times in the morning with whatever clothes you choose to wear. Practicing is going to make perfect, and obviously assume that when you get into a situation that's nasty, when you get into a situation that's bad, you're going to be slower than you've ever been before. You're going to be fumblier than you've ever been before. So that's where practicing and building that muscle memory and that repetition is going to do the best for you. Hopefully this video was helpful for you. If you're looking at buying a firearm, you're looking into purchasing something, reach out to your local gun shop. They should have access to some training courses or some training areas. If you're in Washington, I'll actually link below some of the places that you can train, some of the classes you can take. Women specifically, they make women's concealed carry classes, and we'll probably do a women's concealment video here shortly.
They do a lot of clothing for women too that we did not cover in this video.
There's lots of options for women too. This, again, like we said, this is part of a series. So this is on-body concealed carry, obviously geared towards men. We'll do a women's one. You guys will get us in leggings over here, I think so. If you wanna see us in leggings. So as always, guys, you subscribing to this channel makes us grow. It really does. So thank you for watching this video. Subscribe, leave a comment below, share this with someone, and hopefully this installment was really good information for you. Hopefully you learned about some new products that you otherwise would not have access to. And remember, the most important thing is that if you're in public and you have a gun and you don't talk about it and you don't look like you're carrying a gun all the time, no one's going to know you have one.
Exactly.
And you won't scare people if that's your concern. Most people don't freak out when they find out I have a gun because they think I'm super vanilla. And so they are like, oh, wow.
They're like, wow,
I thought you were more
little guy,
Fruit Loops.
this little goofy guy.
Yeah, this little goofy, little silly, little haha little boy carries a gun. That's cute. So that's it, guys. And always, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the flippity flip.
Flippity flip. How you going, mates? Come here, I got something to show you. Here we see the wild gray man. The wild gray man in his natural habitat. As you can see, he's wearing a flannel and potentially some Carhartts, as well as he's trying to conceal his 11.5, maybe 14.5 rifle under his jacket coat. Now, let's be careful. We might startle him. So let's go ahead and back off here a little bit. We all know he's carrying a firearm. All right. Oh,